Hello everyone, welcome to Scott Reviews Things in 4.5 minutes, and this time we're going to go back to comics. In fact, we're going to go back to Archie comics, where I'm going to review the 6-issue miniseries, Archie Meets Batman 1966. And I'm going to review this, but before I do, I just want to make clear, as I did in my last review of Archie, or not my last review, but a previous review in Archie Meets the Punisher, is if you're ever going to buy any Archie comic, please do not buy it through archiecomics.com. They screwed me on my shipping, and they'll screw you on your shipping. So if you see this review, or it's something that you want to pick up, please pick it up through dc.com or your local comic book store, or find a reputable comic book store online to order these from. Please do not order them from archiecomics.com. Also, before I get started with the review, I'm going to say this is going to come from my view of the 1966 Batman TV series. The comic book series is out there now. I know Batman's met up with a lot of people. Wonder Woman 1978, The Green Hornet 1966. So I don't know what they've done in the comics. I know the TV show. So my review is going to come from the TV show. And so we open up the first page of the comic, and I'm thrown because the first villain we see is Poison Ivy, who was not a villain in the 1966 TV show. So I don't know. So that was a bit, I don't remember her. I don't remember her because she wasn't there. So Batman and Robin show up, and then all of a sudden the Bookworm shows up. I'm like, okay, well, the Bookworm was from 1966, so we'll see where that goes. But it doesn't go anywhere. There is this really, really superfluous subplot with first Poison Ivy. There's a subplot, and then that's taken care of. And then there's another subplot with Bookworm, and that's taken care of. And both of those, neither of those needed to be in this issues. Call it a miniseries. Call it what you want. They didn't need to be there. It was just padding so they could get it out to 6 comics. Here is my opinion. This 6-issue episode, this 6-issue miniseries could have been one big comic book, like The Punisher meets Archie. Archie meets the Punisher. That was one comic, 50 pages, no ads. It was tight, it was nice, it was fun. This comic has some fun. It's self-aware. There's one joke in there, in every episode of Batman, they would tie up Batman and Robin, and they would leave them alone, and they would escape. They make reference to that in there. So there's a lot of fun stuff in there, but there's a lot of stuff that does not to be in there. So they just needed to cut the fat and get it right down to the essence of the story. Because I thought there was going to be a lot more, but these comics are pretty short, because the last 7 or 8 pages of the comics are ads, which, they need to pay the bills. I'm not faulting them on that, but they could have just tightened it up. The other problem I had with this comic book series is it's promoted as Batman 1966. If it's promoted as Batman 1966, I want to see Batman drawn as Adam West. I want to see Robin drawn as Burt Ward. I want to see the Riddler, as Gorshin. And you're teased with that. You look at this cover, that looks like Adam West. They did a great job with that. Does he look like that in the comic? He doesn't. He just looks like a generic Batman figure. He looks like an Archie. The Batman characters are drawn like the Archie characters. One of the great things I said about the comic with the Punisher and the Archies is the Punisher was drawn as a Punisher comic, and Archie was drawn as an Archie comic. And when they came together, that was a clash. All the characters are drawn, all the characters look the same. The one thing they did get right about the 1966 show is when they drew the Joker, we all know that Cesar Romero had his mustache, and he wouldn't shave his mustache, so they had to put the makeup on over his mustache. They capture that in this comic book. That is very, very fun. That is what we needed more of.